right, so now we're going to show you a very important thing. Again, this is something where, you could throw to yourself off the wall, but this is something we want parents and players to do together. Passing and catching. Now, there's a few things when it comes to catching a basketball. It's not just catching. It's not that simple for some people. And even if you can catch and you're a good athlete and you spent that time or you're past that, there are still some proper techniques that are going to make you a better shooter and a better player because of the way you catch the ball. First thing you have to remember is you always want your fingers pointed to the sky. You never want your fingers down this. Think of a baseball. Can't catch like that. When my fingers go up to the sky, my butt will go down, and that allows me to catch with my eyes, just like I listen. So if I'm here with Coach Vid, I'm going to have my fingers up, I'm going to have my butt down, and when the pass comes, I meet the pass. Ball comes to me, meet the pass. You want to jump stop every single time. Every single time. Now we're going to show the second part to the passing and catching, but again, you got to begin at the beginning. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how much basketball you've played, if you don't work on the most basic fundamentals, you're going to be skipping steps, and somebody who is working on the fundamentals is going to have an advantage on you down the road or right away. So here are a couple other tips when it comes to catching for shooting. One of the things I learned from Kobe Bryant was to catch with a T. Now you can be here or you can be here, but what you'll do is you'll put your finger up in the air for the top of the T. You'll bring the other finger underneath to form a T. You'll open your hands up and you'll be shot ready. So you always want to be hands ready, shot ready. And you can implement this when you're doing your shooting at the beginning. Your 1 point for your make, 1 point for your form, 1 point for your swish for hopefully a total of 50 out of 10 shots. You can incorporate this. Being hands ready, shot ready, butt down, hands to the sky. Now, when you're catching, something you want to think about when you're meeting the pass, if this room was completely dark, you couldn't see a thing. You could only hear, okay? You'd hear a sound when my feet hit the ground and when the ball hits my hand. I don't want to hear two sounds. You'd like to have your feet and the ball hitting your hands happen at the same time, so it's one loud combination sound. If that makes sense. You want to try and time it where you're hitting the ball and then hitting the ground basically at the same time. And so building on that, on the catch, we're working on our triple threat position. Every time you catch, remember this, the best move is no move. So if I pass the ball to Coach Vid and he lets it come to him, I'm able to close out, guard him, and then meet him at a standstill. If Coach Vid meets the pass, catches in a jump stop, he freezes me away from him, plus he has a running head start essentially. He's coming in, he's catching, and he's leaning forward. Like that person that you race, and every time you're about to race them, they try and lean and cheat and get a head start. That's what I do, at least. That's what you want to do when you're catching a pass. You want to come and meet the pass and be moving forward, so you can either be moving forward up into your shot, or you can be moving forward past the defense. If you meet that pass, you're going to put the defense on their heels, and they're not going to be aggressive on you. Now, another thing you want to work on is your rip-throughs. And this is something you should do at least 10 of them a day. Ball comes to you, you catch, rip, rip. 2 times, fast as you can. Catch, rip, rip. Coming to Coach Vid, rip, rip. Now, what you want to imagine is, maybe don't show this one to the kids, unless they're past age like 5. If somebody were to put their hand in a garbage disposal in the sink while it was running, they wouldn't do it again. That's what somebody needs to feel like if they reach in on you. Now, if you catch the ball and you hold it soft on your heels and you pray, oh, I hope they don't come get me, they will come get you. If you catch the ball aggressively, somebody comes and reaches in and they're not going to do it again. They put their hand in there, and at 5-star camp, they used to call it break the wrist, right? Whatever the terminology it is you want to use, it's got to be something where you understand it's an aggressive, I don't want to say malicious, but you do not want people coming at you, being aggressive and reaching in. And the only way to get good at this is to practice it. And something else to think of on your catch. I hope you guys can see this. You can see my whistle here. It's clearly one whistle. And now you're getting sleepy. But if I start to move this whistle faster, it looks like it's a bunch of whistles. You really want your rip through to not look like one ball. That's not a rip through. You want it coming through quickly, so that nobody can really get their eyes on it and they think twice about reaching in. Plus, as you're ripping, you're tightening your core, you're coiling yourself up. You're stretching that rubber band, right? You're winding yourself up. So if it is time to go somewhere, your body is contracted, it's in a tight, compact, strong, explosive position. So if they do reach, while they're coming forward, you can go by them or you can go up into your jump shot. Now, Coach Vid and I are gonna show us just the other thing you can do while you're passing. We still wanna meet the pass, we wanna jump stop, but this time we're gonna do 10 where we catch, we jump stop, and we do something called a load. It's where the ball goes up and your backside goes down. The better you get, the more important it is you do this every single time. So as Coach Vid throws me, I catch, load. Catch, load. On my catch, rip, rip, load. Catch, rip, rip, load. Beautiful. You do this just to get yourself in a position where you can rise up into your shot, you can keep the defense off guard. Now the last thing you want to do, and you want to do this every single day, not for hours and hours, but 10, 20 reps, is a wide base jump stop. The wider your jump stop, the better off you're going to be with a couple of big pivots. So as Coach Vid throws to me, boom, wide, pivot, fake a pass, pivot, fake a pass, make a pass. I catch, I jump stop, wide base pivot, fake a pass, big pivots, big pivots. You'll want to work on that. Another reason you do big pivots, let's see if you can see this. If Coach Vid is guarding me here, and I catch, and I have a narrow base, Coach Vid is guarding me. If I turn, when I drive, I have to go out and try and get around him. Not a good recipe for success. But if I can jump stop wide and I can move the center of my circle, so if I jump stop here, I got one center of the circle or another one. If I can jump stop wide base jump stop, when I inside pivot, the center of my circle gives me a straight line drive directly past him. I'm going this way instead of this way. Critical.